Hey, what's up, everybody? What's up? What's up? What's up? Welcome to Cyber Secure You. I'm your girl, Val Forensic Gal, right here on OneStream.tv. We weren't here Friday. What's today? Monday. So we decided we're going to tape the show today and go live. Had a lot going on last week, but we are back. Oh, and hey, before I get started, I just want to say thank you to my lovely daughter, my Queasy Bear, who got her mother. Look at this. Let me see. Can y'all see it? Look at this. It's called an Iris One Eye massager. So with all this text talk that I do and sharing of how technology is advancing, look what my daughter got me. Now this thing is supposed to, like, it has Bluetooth. It has Wi-Fi. Leave it to a millennial, right? And it targets your acupoints with a gentle combination of soothing massage, trigger point comfort, and music comfort that can take you anywhere. Is this not the craziest thing? Okay, but I love my daughter. Thank you so much, and I'm gonna try it for sure. I love my Queasy Bear. And then she got me this 3D mask. This is another 3D eye mask, okay? Look at this. Leave it to a millennial. Thank you, Queasy. I love you. And, you know, she got her mom this high-tech stuff that, Lord, let me tell you, I don't know, but I'm going to try it. We'll see how it goes, right? So, again, welcome to the show. Today, what we're going to be talking about is basically, it's improving the human experience. So all this tech stuff that's coming out, the Chat GPT, the AIs, the bots, all of that is being done to so-called improve the human experience. The scary part about it is it may be helping us and improving certain things that we do, whether we be on the job, whether we're trying to write a paper or put together a business plan. It is not controlled. And so they're just developing and putting all this stuff out here. And, I actually was going to do a story, because this is top news, on the guy that, and I forget his name, but he was he's actually the inventor of AI. And he left Google so that he can properly speak about what's going on with AI. And he himself has concerns. I don't know his name. Michael, you know his name? Oh, okay. Yeah. He decided to walk away from Google. And he is one person that is a proponent of slowing things down. He said, now look, I should have probably never did this in the first place, but if I hadn't did it, somebody else would have done it. So I did it. And he believes it's moving. Yes, that's his name. Geoffrey what? Hilton. Hilton. Or H-E-L. I think it's H-E-L. I could be wrong, though.
There we go.
H-E-L-T-O-N?
Hinton.
Oh, Hinton. Yeah, Geoffrey Hinton.
A pioneer in artificial intelligence and longtime leader of Google's AI research division has resigned from his position as a tech giant, citing growing concern about the ethical implications of the technology he helped create.
Yep.
The New York Times reported on Monday.
Yeah, that's big news. I heard him on when I was driving on satellite radio, and he was like, look, this thing it's a bit out of control. His major concern is that we're developing something that could turn against us. Okay. And we're trying to add this human element to technology. And again, we don't now control once they get big on themselves. You know what I mean? Like, they call it in the islands, you big up yourself, right? But in America, it's just feeling yourself. So when these robots and this AI, they start feeling themselves and they decide they're better than us and they don't need to contribute to us anymore, then what? Then they turn on us and we don't know how to control. And they have movies out about this. There was a movie called AI that was put out a long time ago with this little kid. And I think I brought this up before. This little kid that was a robot kid, an AI kid, and the woman couldn't have children. So the husband brought home this AI, and she was nervous, but then she adapted to it and started having feelings for it. But then all these strange things started happening, and this little thing turned against her. And even though he's a little boy, he was stronger than her. Okay? So she was no match for this little AI. The whole family was no match for this thing. So what do? Are we prepared? No, hell no, right? So anyways, there's been a major shift in technology, and we have information at our fingertips because they are all about improving the human experience. Now, I guess, when I think about it and we take it way back, centuries and centuries ago, when we had Jesus walking and disciples and all of that going on, they didn't have all of this at their fingertips, but we have evolved since then, and we've continued to evolve, and now we can drive cars, and we were able to talk on the phones instead of using the payphone. Now you're using the cell phone. All of these things we have advanced and advanced and advanced. So I do expect us to advance. I expect that. It's just like inflation. You expect it to go up, right? At the same time, we also have to control for the unexpected. And at this point, it is expected, according to Jeffrey, that we could potentially have issues with these bots and the AIs, and they turn against us. We already have problems with ChatGPT, which I'll talk about a little later, and that was developed recently. And there's already issues with it. That's why I said, hey, we can use our mind. We're the ones creating these objects. That's the best term for them. I kept saying, what do I call this stuff? I keep calling it he, she, and it's not a he, she. They're objects, right? So anyways, we have devices that automatically tell us what to do. Is that him? Mm-hmm. Oh, wow. Well, he's been at Google this long. He looked like he's about 80 years old, huh? Wow. Okay, he really worked it. And he didn't even want to really leave Google, but he had to if he was going to express what he needed to express without backlash. And I mean, he's going to get it anyways, but he really doesn't want to come out against Google in a negative way because he's worked with Google for a while, and they've developed some remarkable objects, right, for us to utilize. At the same time, again, it's not controlled. So we got electric cars that drive themselves. We got, and I'm reading from my notes because I have a lot of notes here concerning this. Unlocking the phone with our face, with our fingerprints, and capturing images and videos. Let's see, back in the day, we had to have the camcorder, and the camcorder had better been charged up or you're screwed, and you better had a tape too. One of them tapes to put in the camcorder. And back before then, my mom and dad were using projector. Was it projector? The kind where you, we used to watch movies where you had the wheel that you stuck onto the projector. I guess, I forget what it's called, and it would project onto the wall, and that's how we used to watch our home videos. Oh, do they really? Where?
I mean, you still project stuff on a wall or a white screen.
No, but this had like this had one of those where the tape goes inside that wheel, and we put the tape into the machine, and my dad will always burn the footage. Like, it literally would singe before our eyes on the wall. You would literally see it singe, putting the tape through. Anyways, bottom line is, we have all this stuff at our fingertips, right? We can turn on, turn off voice, or turn off and turn on and turn off devices with our voice. We can control items in our home, electronics in our home. We can even control the heat, okay? Now, the question is this type of technology for all of us? Michael, do you use any of that technology? I know I hardly
Not
don't.
yet, but it's the Trojan horse.
Are you getting there?
I'm going to experiment with some screenplays and some things. Yeah.
Okay, your mic sounds muffled. Maybe because you're putting it close to your mouth.
Oh, okay.
Look at me telling him what to do. Okay. Anyways, now, oh my God, just like what my daughter got me. How did she know? My daughter does not know what I'm doing my shows about. she gets me this Iris One wearable eye mask. And what I'm going to be talking about is this new wearable AI assistant. Now, it's been all over. It's been all over the internet, and people are talking about it because you can wear this little gadget. You can wear this, okay? Excuse me. It's super small. And literally, it actually, this little device, and they have one that can project onto your hands. It's not a device, but the information projects onto your hand right there. And you can accept calls. You can reject calls. You can check your emails, your calendar. It's voice activated. It can speak in any language. This is the freaky part about all of this. Human wearable AI assistant. It's made by Humane, but we're getting to that. Here's the freaky stuff about it. It can literally, let's say if you're in a different country, let's say I go to Spain, all right? I can't speak the language in Spain, but this device can take my voice and generate this conversation that I'm trying to have in my own voice with the emotions, like how I am with my emotions. And I'm like, hey, what's up? And all of that. It can literally imitate me to a T in a different language that I really don't know how to speak. But
the device in AI is doing a great job of imitating humanity.
It's scary.
And isn't that the best flattery? When you imitate somebody, isn't that the best flattery?
Okay, but that's a human.
Well,
I
say
like emotion
artificial intelligence is a living, breathing entity. It may not breathe oxygen, but it's living off of something.
Yeah, us.
Yeah, but I think it has its own. I know it has its own consciousness.
Its own conscious. That means you're saying that it can think.
That's
what you're saying. You're saying it can think, and it cannot think.
Well, that's what artificial intelligence means. It's self-thinking. It learns from its mistakes. It calculates at a quadrillion.
It's only building upon, and that's what humans do anyways, right? When we're born, we don't know anything. We're a clean slate. And then we pick up as we go along, and we learn from our environment around us. And I believe that's how AI works. Again, though, it is still an object. It doesn't have blood running through its veins. Okay? And like you said, it does not breathe air. And it's something that we as humans program. We tell it what to do. We tell it that, okay, once you hear the person say this, then you do that. Yeah, it's all code.
That's the whole thing about it. It has its own free thinking. And once they say that it could surpass your programming, it could start becoming self-aware. Isn't that what we're supposed to be doing? I don't know.
No, that is what we're supposed to be doing every day. Every day, you hear people say, I'm here to live and learn. Like it doesn't hurt to learn something new every single day. I know for me, I value that. Teach me something that I don't know. But what the problem is these computers and this AI and chatbot can get to the point where they're like, you don't need to teach us shit. We got this down. We don't need your help anymore, humans. We got this. So anyways, it can catch you up on your emails and your schedule, right? Why'd you jump to ChatGPT? We ain't even got there yet.
You were talking about it.
But I'm getting there. I am. He's trying to rush me, man. You see how this is? What? Anyways, so you can catch up on your emails, your food. It can tell you about foods, your dietary restrictions, what you should not eat based on what you're trying to do health-wise. And like I mentioned before, it can take phone calls. Is this not crazy from the palm of your hand? Me personally, I'm good. Like, I don't need this projected on my hand. We already walk around with this damn thing attached to us. Now, you do the test and walk down the street and just see how many people you see with this in their hands that are like this, not paying attention to anything. That's why I recently saw this guy. And thanks, matter of fact, let me say this real quick. Thanks to everyone who has been requesting my I want to say friendship. I know that's what it is, but there's another word for it as far as I'm concerned. But
Friend request.
huh?
Friend request.
Yeah, I know it's called friend request, but they're not my friends. That's why I don't understand it. Like, it confuses me. Like, these people aren't my friends. I have a handful of friends, okay? Like, for real, for real. And that's with age, of course. You have to weed people out and whatever. That's a whole nother show. Point being is I wanted to just thank you guys because, like, I have been bombarded with requests. Put a few of my shows up, and obviously people are liking them, and it's been just generating a lot of requests and people who are interested in what I'm speaking about. So I appreciate it. I really do. All right, moving on. So now, who created this wearable AI assistant? Humane. Now you can pull up Humane. There it is. Humane. Humane. They developed it. Now it's funny because it's a couple. All right. And they both worked at, where they work at? Apple. They both worked at Apple. All right. Her name is Bethany. I can't pronounce her last name, so I ain't even going to go there. But Bethany, they met while they were working. You can switch to their picture. These two, where are they at? Yeah, there it is. I believe he's Indian and she looks Caucasian, right? Nice couple, though. Really nice looking couple. They remind me of that one chick. What's her name? Elizabeth Holmes or Combs or something like that. I'm going to do a show on her. I was fascinated by her story. Yeah, we're going to come to you with that soon. We're going to dig deep into that one. Anyways, Bethany and her husband, Imran, right? They both worked at Apple. She was a baller out of control, helped with developing the iOS, cut and paste, the iPad. He worked at Apple for over 20 years, created the Mac, the iPod, Apple Watch interface, the iPhone home screen layout, and all this other stuff. So we're talking about some really intelligent individuals here. And they decided they wanted to make our experience better. Human experience better. But what could be better than sex? Could all this be better than sex? Michael? It just dawned on me. Wait a minute. They're trying to enhance our human experience, but nothing's better than sex.
I don't know.
Look, he's mumbling.
I am mumbling.
Because there's nothing better than sex.
I mean, sex.
They're trying to enhance our experience with all this wearable, put it on your hand and let me dial a number from my palm. But really, if you really, really think about it, the best human experience is sex.
It's up there.
Oh, no, it's like number one.
It's up there.
Oh, okay. Oh, really? What's better than that?
Achieving your goals and everything's fitting in. And
yeah, but that also causes you frustration. What is the one thing that you know you can do and you'll always be satisfied?
Depending on
sex.
There's been frustrating sex in my lifetime. I haven't had it lately, but my God, I haven't always hit a home run.
Well, I would beg to differ. I would think that after sex, you always felt like, wow. It relieves stress. I mean, there's so much, and that's a whole nother show too. It's not what we do over here. We talk about cyber crimes and
word
cyber
that
shit.
You forgot to include
what?
Good sex. If it's not good, you're not going to feel that way.
I mean, I don't know anyone that's had sex and ended up frustrated, unless the guy has some issues.
I didn't say frustrated. I said you go about
blame it on the guy.
Calgon.
Yeah, I'm just saying. It just made me think like they're trying to enhance the human experience, and really, looking at them, they look like they have a lot of sex.
Yeah, and there's some
don't
women
they?
who
They
can't
look
have
like they
orgasms.
getting it in, boy. Huh?
There's some women that can't have orgasms.
I know.
So do you
I've
think
heard of that. Yeah.
Do you think they're
it's
not
a mental
frustrating?
thing. That is frustrating.
I mean, imagine if you couldn't have an orgasm.
But they make things for that, and maybe these two will come up. Since they're on this path of developing all these gadgets and objects, maybe they'll figure out something to help women who can't have orgasms.
Okay.
Okay. But I mean, I'm just putting it out there. If they want to enhance the human experience.
So what are they doing now?
Well, like I said, they're the ones who developed the wearable human AI stuff. So that little object that you saw on the shirt, the written information on the palm of your hand, this right here, and this information written on the palm of your hand, go like this. Let's see, would it show on my hand? No. Anyways, they developed this stuff. Trying to see if it would show on my hand.
No.
Guess not. Anyways, they created it. Now they're also working on a portable battery pack for wireless charging. So your body, it's like worn on your body, and it charges. It'll be able to charge your device because of the heat of your body, something like that. I don't even quite understand it, but that's what they're working on. A portable battery pack for wirelessly charging body-worn devices through clothing.
If you can raise the temperature of a device, it actually attracts energy, and then you can take that energy and, in this case, have it, be a portable battery for your phone. That's called harvesting human energy.
Okay, fair enough, but that's too much. I feel like we're, as humans, we're not meant for all this technology that they're trying to attach to our being, okay? There's going to be, why are you jumping ahead of all this stuff here, though? We ain't even got to this right here. Look, Michael's just jumping ahead. Anyways, we're getting to, are you trying to tell me I only have so much time?
No.
Oh, okay, because you seem to be jumping ahead. I ain't even got there yet. But I mean, whatever. Point being, is I just think it's too much. They're also working on a smart, wait. Lose sight of it. Okay. This is what they're working on. Now, there was a point made by someone I was watching. Don't ask me his name. But he said, we have an addiction now. The more things that they're creating, the more objects that they're creating that we have to pay attention to, whether it be GPS, whether it be your iPhone, your Android phone, our laptops, Bluetooth. I can't tell you how many times I've lost my Bluetooth. You know what I mean? And I just was like, oh my God, I can't survive without this Bluetooth. I need my Bluetooth. No, I do not. I could just freaking get on the phone and just talk regular, right? Anyways, it makes us lose sight at what's really going on around us. So these things are being made to draw us in. There is layers to this, and Michael knows all about this shit, right? Michael, you always say there's an underlying, there's
agenda. Underlining agenda.
Yeah, there's an underlying agenda to all these things being created. Not only are we being dumbified, but what else are they trying to do? What sneaky things are they trying to slip past us that we won't pay attention to because we're stuck to this, like this? Stuck to how many views we're getting. I had to tell myself this weekend because I'm watching my numbers grow exponentially, and I'm like, whoa, this shit was tripping me out. So I'm on my phone. Like literally, I'll look at the numbers, okay, I'm at, and mind you, I had to start all my accounts over. So I literally, and even when I created the new accounts, I didn't even, I didn't interact with my accounts for a while. I think a good 2 years after I created it because of all the drama of being hacked, right? I was nervous. I had anxiety. Now, once I got comfortable with it, okay, I started putting some information out there and, oh, hey, it's me, Val, this is what I'm doing, all that stuff. But I'm looking at the numbers and they're growing and I'm like, okay, put it down. Then I had to go back and check again. Was it less than a half an hour later, I'm back on it again. Then I checked again because they were growing so quickly. So again, I had to say to myself, you know what, Val? Don't even look at it, okay? They're growing. That's great. Put it to the side. And I have so many people responding to me now. I'm like, how am I going to responsibly respond? How can I respond to all these people? I don't have time for all that. You know what I mean? And I don't want to spend my time doing that. I appreciate it, but I'm like, I can't respond to everybody. We're talking hundreds of people. Anyways, and when I say that, I mean that, hundreds of people. Anyways, so let's move on. We need to not lose focus at what's around us. And I heard this guy say he was disconnecting, pulling himself away, wasn't going to use devices for 30 days. And I thought, wow, could I do that? 30 days. Although I've had to do it, but I was forced into it. It's one thing to be forced into it and you have to do it because you're forced and you have no choice, versus you actually making a concerted effort to say, you know what? I ain't touching this. I ain't touching this. I ain't touching this. And I ain't touching this. Like, this is no ordinary face mask. My daughter went and got me a 3D eye mask. Like, I haven't even opened it up yet because I'm like, for real? Okay. And I love it. Thank you, sweetie. All right, moving on. ChatGPT. Now, we spoke about ChatGPT, and I'm bringing this up because this is another improving the human experience situation. All right. So ChatGPT, I told y'all I had the most frustrating time with this thing here. Okay. And it didn't want to give me what I asked it for. I'm like, do my book cover. I was actually very specific. Do Cyber Secure You. She told me, or it told me, that it could not help me at the time and that they needed a break and this, that, and the other. It really frustrated me. So here's what's going on with ChatGPT. It got hacked. Now, this is fairly new. Fairly new. I'm pointing the wrong way. This is fairly new technology. And it got hacked. And so here's what hackers are doing. They're like, you know what? We need to get in on this. You know, there's a way to make money off of this. They're always lurking. Like Michael Collier said, they're like lurking in the background trying to, that's what they're doing. So several ChatGPT users reported being able to read strangers' conversations in their chat windows. Okay, so basically the scammers infiltrated their ChatGPT and they were able to see conversations that they had no business seeing. Like, they were literally seeing the history of these conversations in foreign languages. All right, languages they cannot even understand. So yeah, that was the language slide that Michael. You see, now we're talking about language and language. There it is. I picked that out. There it is. Voila. Different languages. Does that say that? Yeah. Speaking different languages. So the hackers are basically using ChatGPT to write malware, which makes a lot of sense. Why wouldn't they? Here it is. You have something, this interface, this software that you can tell it, hey, I need you to write me information on, let's say, how the technology industry works. And it just spouts out all this information. Why wouldn't a hacker use it like, oh, hey, I need code to be able to infiltrate this program? Or write me code, and I'm sure they ask it in a way that would generate the response that they're trying to receive. Here's the thing. ChatGPT was set up that if hackers or scammers did try to access that type of information from ChatGPT, it would not respond. So if it was asking for some sort of malicious code, the creators of ChatGPT made it so that it would not respond to that. So hackers were like, wait a minute, we need to figure out something else then. If it's not going to respond to us in that manner, we got to figure out how to get this thing to respond. So hackers, let me tell you, boy, the scamming world is crazy. It really is. Like, they're always just waiting to do something malicious. So here's what hackers have designed: bots that can infiltrate the AI chatbot. All right. So they designed another robot to infiltrate the robot. All right. They altered its code so that it can generate malicious content. So such as the text can be used for phishing emails and malware scripts. So let me break that down real quick. Bottom line is, hackers were like, okay, we can't beat them. You join them. So we're going to create a bot that can infiltrate the bot and then have it generate this malicious code for us, and we'll be able to use that code to send out phishing emails, right? So basically, phishing emails, I think we've talked about this before, but it's a type of online scam that targets consumers by sending them emails that look like it's coming from the like a valid institution, or like the bank that you bank with, or it looks like it's coming from PayPal. So here's one right here. Trusted bank, dear value customer, trust bank. I can't tell you how many times I received stuff like this when I was being hacked. It's freaking ridiculous. We received notice, but there are certain things within this email that is not what Trusted Bank would send you. Okay, so even down to the bottom here where it says member FDIC, I'm pretty sure there are some inconsistencies here where it'll indicate, look, this is not real, this is fraudulent. So what these scammers have done is they've put together information that is fed to the ChatGPT, that when a scammer asks for it, the ChatGPT will tell them, here's how you create a phishing email. They even went as far as to tell them exactly where to place, like the placement of certain phishing links. Like this would be considered a phishing link right here, this link. HTTP, Trust Bank, That is the phishing link that you would click on or select, and then boom, you're infected. Boom, you got a virus. Boom, malware's in your computer. Okay, so they have created, and how about this? Theirs is called a dark version of the ChatGPT, and all you got to do is pay them $6 for 100 questions, basically, or 100 inquiries. So you pay them $6, and you can ask them 100 questions if you're trying to create phishing emails or coding or malicious software. This is what's going on. So ChatGPT now has because they went offline for like 24 hours because of hackers trying to get in. Well, they did get in, not even trying, because hackers had infiltrated their system, and readers and users were able to see different conversations, and the scammers were able to see personal information. How about they were even able to get like payment information? So if you are one of the individuals that pay for ChatGPT so you can have additional services, or you can get more access, then they found out your payment detail information, and who knows what they're going to do with it. Okay. But this is all in the spirit of improving the human experience. I don't know, guys. I mean, I think we really need to, think about what's going on here. We need to really, as human beings of higher intelligence, really think about what's going on here, and how can we get a handle on this? How can we throw the rope out and reel this in? Make sure that it doesn't go too far. Like Jeffrey Hinton, that worked for Google, that resigned, the creator of AI, that was like, wait a minute, it's going out of control. It's going too far, too fast. So anyways, that is the show. I think I got through all of it for the first time. I think I got through everything. So thank you so much for joining me, your girl Val Forensic Gal, our show Cyber Secure You right here on OneStream.tv. I'll see you next week. I may even go in and do some more do some research on the Elizabeth Holmes story, because that shit was deep. That was a good situation. Like that's talk worthy, you know what I mean? And they've done movies about it and everything, but she was off the chain, and she fits right into what we talk about on a weekly. All right, so I will see you guys next week. Thank you so much for joining me. Peace out.